Kingston 32GB DDR5 SDRAM memory module, the laptop upgrade worth knowing about. You open your laptop, fire up 3 tabs, a video export, and maybe a game, and everything just grinds. That spinning cursor, that lag, that quiet frustration where you know the machine should be faster, but somehow never is. Sound familiar? Drop a 1 in the comments if your laptop slows down exactly when you need it most. More RAM fixes more than you think. Here is what nobody calculates. Every slowdown costs you focus, and lost focus costs you time, and lost time quietly costs you money, opportunities, or just the energy you needed for something else. A friend once spent 40 minutes waiting on a render that should have taken 8. That is not a software problem. That is a memory problem. But the fix is closer than you think. Meet the Kingston 32GB DDR5 SDRAM memory module, running at 5,600 megatransfers per second. And this is where things get genuinely interesting. The mechanism is simple. More headroom, faster data movement, less waiting. Do not just buy any laptop RAM upgrade. Make sure it has DDR5 speed at 5,600 megatransfers per second, so you never suffer from that crushing bottleneck slowdown again. Here is what separates this module from older DDR4 kits. The 5,600 megatransfers per second transfer rate delivers nearly double the bandwidth of standard DDR4, and the 1.1 volt operating voltage means your laptop runs cooler and lasts longer on a charge. That is not a small detail. One user swapped out their basic 16GB DDR4 setup and described the first boot as genuinely shocking. Boot time dropped and the whole system felt lighter. Another ran dual 32GB sticks for local AI rendering and called the combination effortless under heavy load. The 262-pin SODIMM design fits cleanly into modern laptop slots. No adapter, no modification needed. And here is the quiet bonus most people skip entirely. The on-die ECC built into every DDR5 chip is silently protecting your data in real time. Here is what living with the Kingston 32GB DDR5 SDRAM memory module actually looks like day to day. Install it, and your immediate win is responsiveness. Applications open faster, browser tabs stop competing for resources, and your workflow simply breathes again. By the end of your first week, you stop thinking about your RAM entirely, which is exactly the point. Over time, the benefits compound. Gaming sessions stay smooth when they used to stutter. Video exports that took 40 minutes now finish in less than 20. Virtual machines that once crawled now run alongside your main workflow without complaint. That is not hype. That is bandwidth doing its job. A verified user put it this way after upgrading a Dell G16. Quote, "Big difference with everything, but noticeable on gaming," end quote. Another user running MSI hardware for generative AI workloads said 2 times 32GB works wonders. A content creator noted that 4K exports felt like a different machine entirely. Which of these matters most to you right now? Comment 1 for gaming, 2 for productivity, or 3 for content creation. And here is one thing that quietly surprises people. This module is not just for power users. Even everyday Windows 11 multitasking runs noticeably cleaner when memory is no longer the bottleneck. The Kingston 32GB DDR5 SDRAM memory module is one of those upgrades that feels obvious the moment you experience it. Demand for DDR5 SODIMM modules is rising as more DDR5-ready laptops ship, and availability shifts more than most people expect. Users across gaming, content creation, and everyday productivity consistently describe the same result. Worth it. The link is in the description. First one at the top. Your laptop is already capable of more. This just lets it prove it.
For demo videos and current pricing, check the link in the description.